Testing, shalom, shalom. Testing, shalom, shalom.
All right, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we're the Hebrew Israelites, GMS Louisiana, Lafayette camp, back at it once again with another live sit down. All right, but as always, before we get started, we want to give our praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, HaRakakadash.
double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, Ruwell, as well as Teach Well, and peace and salutations to the whole elect of the nation of Israel, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, mighty Shalom.
Mighty Shalom.
All right, as you can see from the title of the lesson, the elect are the true preppers of the earth. All right, the elect of the nation of Israel, which is the elect of Yahweh Shai, are the true preppers of the earth. Because you know, if you're a sensible person, a prudent person, they can kind of sense what's going on in the world as you got wars and rumors of war brewing up. You got division at an all-time high, especially on a political sense, as you got the election coming up just next week. We're literally 1 week away from the election in the world, in this country, prophetically. If you're a sensible person, that's looking at what's going on, that we're at the end of the hopeful elect. That's in the truth. We know that we're at the end of Esau's rulership. And so therefore,
Let's stand over here. All right? It's a little better service. Are we good on the sound, Akim?
Brother said, "Come, I'm good on my end."
All right. This is back in First Peter. First Peter chapter 4, verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the end of all things is at hand, meaning what? It's near. Okay, the end of all, not the end of the earth per se, but what? The end of Esau's rulership, the end of the heathen rulership. So what? Be sober, all right? Of course, we can apply that to a carnal sense, be sober on a carnal sense, but ultimately be sober in a spiritual sense. Don't be taken by all these deception and philosophies and pseudoscience of the world, and watch unto prayer, watch and pray. Even Yahushua told that to the disciples in the Gospels. Watch therefore and pray. You know, you got it.
All right, this is the second one. It's Proverbs 13 and 21. Evil pursueth sinners, but to the righteous good shall be repaid. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just.
Mm-hmm. The wealth of the sinner. All these things that these Edomites and these so-called prepper Edomites have stocked up, okay, and the law is gonna make way to where those things end up falling into the hands of the elect in some way, shape, or form. They showed you that in the movie "Leave the World Behind," when when the daughter at the end of the movie, she was able to get into that mansion and get down into the bunker. Okay, not only get into the mansion, but get down into the bunker, in the safe place where she found all that food and stuff. Okay, and that's symbolic of the elect. The Lord's gonna make way to where, hey, we're gonna find provision in some way, shape, or form. Okay, that a lot of these people have stocked up. Okay, that's all going to be left for the elect. Yes, something else.
That's Second Esdras.
Yeah.
All right, this is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 16. And I'll start, where you want me to start at? I start at 37. It says, Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Second Esdras 16 and 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack.
Mm-hmm. Famine, great death, great tribulation, great sword, great destruction. All right, just to name a few. Those are just some of the plagues that the Lord's getting ready to bring on this world. Okay, and as I said, they're not slack. All right, once Yahweh Bashim Shah start to unleash these things, okay, they're going to hit the society full blast. You got it up.
Verse 38, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child come forth, they slack not a moment.
Mm-hmm. We see the birth pains happening, okay, time after time. Okay, whether it be certain signs in the heavens, eclipses, blood moons, or uproars of the people, people protesting against their governments. All right, that's another birth pain, another sign of the times. Uh, dock worker strikes that just happened recently. That's another birth pain, a sign that it's going to be mass strikes, mass people bucking up against the companies that they work for, which is going to all disrupt the supply chain and bring famine. Okay, and not to mention wars and rumors of war, another birth pain. All right, you got it up.
Kind of just backing you up, like you said, the shoe is going to be on the other foot in that day. You got the wealth of the sinner is being laid up for the righteous. Lord willing, will that number. But in this time, you got the wicked, which are seeming as if they're going to get the victory, and you have the righteous, which are seeming to the world's eye as if they're going to be destroyed here. But it's the exact opposite. This is John 16 and 20, Yahweh Shai speaking, whom the word ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that ye shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice. And ye shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy. A woman, when she is in travail, had sorrow, because her hour is come. But as soon as she is delivered of the child, she remembered no more the anguish for joy that a man is born into the world.
Yeah. So right now, the men of the Lord are in sorrow. Okay, catching hell on a daily basis, suffering for righteousness' sake. And while we're in sorrow, this world is rejoicing. But as Yahweh went into, is getting ready to come to a point where now this world is getting ready to be in sorrow. This world is getting ready to suffer. And when that happens, we that's been suffering for Yahweh Shema Shai's sake and righteousness, we're going to rejoice in that day. All right? We're going to rejoice in that day because, hey, like the brother said, the shoe is going to be on the other foot. All right? These wicked people of the world, all right? These Edomites, the 2/3, these wicked women, now they're going to have to suffer for their wrongdoings. All right?
Yep. Now they're gonna identify with slavery. Now we identify with it right now. We're in these chains of darkness, but it tells you even in Deuteronomy the Lord's gonna put the curses upon our enemies. So there's a saying that says the world is a stage and the people are actors. We're just hoping to be righteous actors for the Lord. Because you could be out here doing evil and doing wickedly, or you could be out here trying to do the right thing and trying to be just. That's where the conversation of the elect comes in. Back in 2nd Ezra 16 and 38, as when a woman with child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. And you can liken that to these different judgments that are various throughout the planet Earth, one after another. Scriptures say the plagues draw nigh and they're not slack, like a domino effect. We're just waiting for that major plague that's gonna change this place forever, that black swan event. All right, and the scripture speaks of these things happening, but also there will be watchmen there. There will be those that will be watching and speaking upon these things. Also, there will be those that will be falling victim and succumbing to the things thereof. All right, so the Lord has this movie set up, and we're seeing these different judgments, but in the midst of this, you have the true purpose of the earth, which are the hopeful elect. So it says, 2nd Ezra 16 and 39, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and the sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
And that links with that John 16 and 20. And when these things come to pass, that's when the world is going to mourn and be in sorrow. And hey, and we're going to rejoice. All right, because these are the things that we look forward to. Seeing the Lord bringing judgments upon the earth. All right, bringing judgment upon these wicked people of the earth, bringing forth a great humbling on the earth, because that's one of the problems in the earth right now. These average everyday people, well, starting with the leadership of the powers that be, on down to the common person, just everybody's too damn proud. Everybody's too careless. Everybody's too rebellious. No fear of the Lord's.
Right, right.
No chill on the earth when it
Yeah.
comes to their wickedness.
Because the scriptures tell you, as the ruler of the city is, so shall the people. So if the ruler is in pride, Esau, Edom, then the people is a reflection of that. So the average person you come across, they're so bent up in their own world that they've created in the metaverse, all right, that they don't care about prophecy, all right? They don't care about these judgments that the Lord is sending that are not slack. But the prophets care. We're taking heed, all right? We believe. So it says back in 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 39, 2nd Ezra 16 and 39, and it reads, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
Make you ready to the battle. Okay, because hey, that's a perfect word to describe the setting that's getting ready to come to the society. It's going to be war on all sides, plagues on all sides, civil unrest, civil war, divisions, martial law, infightings, outfightings, just all types of fightings. All right, and so as the Lord right here is talking to his elect, make you ready to the battle, be pilgrims upon the earth. We that's of the hopeful elect, the remnant. How do we make ourselves ready for the battle on the earth? By putting on the whole armor of the Lord. You know, Because what type of soldier goes into a battle without his armor? That's a soldier that's gonna go out there and get killed. Okay, we the hopeful elect, we put on the whole armor of the Lord. All right, to basically to overcome all the death that's getting ready to come to this society. You
Yeah,
know,
because we're the true preppers.
yeah.
And this is a way of us preparing right here. This is Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
Yeah, yeah, hey, and that's a good scripture right there, because preparation, it ultimately starts with a mindset. You prepare with your mind first before you prepare carnally, because the importance of like preparing with your mind is that eventually when you encounter the things that you prepare for or expected, you're not gonna freak out when you see. You're not gonna bug out, and you're not gonna ultimately make haste. You're not gonna it's not You're not gonna lead to you making a decision based on the flesh that could be detrimental to you.
Yeah,
You know?
jumping the gun, man.
Yeah. Yep.
So we're preparing, we're setting our minds right. Just to back your brother's point up, you got people like the scriptures say, our weapons of warfare are not carnal, they're spiritual, are pulling down the strongholds. You got people that are physically preparing, getting their bodies right. You got people that they're financially preparing. You got them storing up goods, pantries and deep freezers. All right, and they getting these bug out bags and survival bags, trying to prepare themselves for what's to come. But the most important preparation is spiritual, man. Setting your mind right. Scriptures say, present your body as a living sacrifice in Romans 12. And the second verse it says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So this is a constant battle. You can't just say you're prepared. You can never be prepared enough, man, for these times. You have to constantly endure. That's why it says, let me get it again, Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, right? Because the scriptures say, he that endured until the end, the same shall be saved. So you never could really wake up and say, hey, I'm prepared for JT. I'm prepared to get out of America. No, it's a constant fighting to the end. Think about the storyline of prophecy that we're in. Things have to come to pass in order to usher in the return of whom the word ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, who's Yahweh Shai. All right, so it says, verse 2 again, the letter in, and make not haste in time of trouble. Verse 3, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. True preparation, man. Cleaving unto the Lord. All right, girding thy loins like a man, like the scriptures say. Constantly enduring, setting thy heart, thy mind aright. It said that thou may be increased at thy last end, and we're in that right now. It tells you in the book of Job, these skin worms destroy my flesh, to destroy my body, and my flesh I shall see God. All right, so we're back in that time right now where we're gonna see Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Lord willing, we be at that number. We're gonna see Yahweh Shai crack those clouds, man. We're gonna see the angels deliver us, the Lord of hosts in his glory, the heavens armies, man. All right, with the quote unquote, like they say, the naked eye, man. And we're gonna be transformed, Lord willing, we be at that number, man. That's gonna defy these. There's no preparation you can prepare here in America that's gonna take you ultimately to the kingdom, except spiritual, man. All right, because the scriptures say, well, we got godliness with contempt in this great game. We brought nothing into this world. Surely we can take nothing out. So the only thing you can do really is prepare spiritually, man. Even his body, it's going to be broken. It's broken down. It's material, man. So, but what's ultimately eternal, those incorruptible bodies, which we're preparing for through wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You got it, bro.
You can give me a precept real quick.
Yeah, I got you.
Proverbs 10 verse 2. Because they got a word in there I want you to look up in a blue letter. It's gonna go right into the lesson.
This is Proverbs chapter 10, verse 2. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death.
Treasures of wickedness won't profit when Jacob's trouble hit. But as I said, righteousness is going to deliver us from death. Which ultimately, what is our righteousness in this grace period? It's not being perfect in the law. It's not us going into the battle, Jacob's trouble, with fringes all over our clothes. But what? Faith. faith in Yahweh Shai. That's going to help us overcome death. But you could look up that word treasures in the blue letter.
Con, this is Proverbs 10 and 2 in the NLT first. This is Proverbs 10 and 2. Tainted wealth has no lasting value, but right living can save your life.
Yeah, tainted wealth. Wealth that's gotten by ill-gotten gain or for vanity's sake, hey, it's not going to last. Especially when Jacob's trouble hit. Okay? Because like the brother read earlier in Proverbs, a lot of the wealth and the stuff that these Edomites, these so-called preppers got stocked up, hey, the Lord's going to make it to where a lot of these things fall into the hands of the elect so that they can endure to the end. Lord willing, we'll be at that number. You got that?
That word you wanted out?
Yeah, treasures.
All right. I got that word treasures, the Strong's H214.
Strong's H214. Otsar. Otsar.
Osar, it says Strong's H214, a treasure, a storehouse, a treasure, gold, silver, etc.
Right. Gold, it goes to gold, silver. Hey, you got a lot of these Edomite preppers. They talking about, one of the things they talk about stocking up on is gold and silver. You know, buy gold, invest in gold. Well, guess what? It says in Ezekiel the 7th chapter, they shall cast their gold and silver in the streets like trash. So all this gold and wealth that these so-called preppers got stocked up, hey, that's not going to profit them in a day of the Lord.
Right. Scripture said, "Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness shall deliver from death." So you can tell, like the scriptures say, where your treasure is, your heart will be also. You can tell a lot about a person when they've climbed to a certain stature or have a certain amount of monetary value attached to them. Man. All right, but the scriptures say you can't serve the Most High and Mammon. So even if you could get to a point in the society to where you're quote unquote well off, apply the scriptures. The scriptures say, "Give me neither riches nor poverty, but food convenient for us," which is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So that's all we need in that time, man. All right, the Lord is going to take care of us. So it says, treasure, gold, silver, etc. Store supplies of food or drink.
Supplies of food or drink. That's another thing that one of the main things that these so-called preppers always harp on. You know, stock up on food, stock up on drink, stock up on medicines. Okay, buy a year's supply of food. Well, guess what? Okay, that's not gonna profit in Jacob's trouble when the day of the Lord comes. Okay, because hey, we the hopeful elect. You know, ultimately the so-called food and drink that we stock up on, okay, to keep us fulfilled in Jacob's trouble is His word. We just liken it to food and drink. All right, rivers of living water. It even tells you in Sirach, the bread of understanding. I think that's Sirach the 15th chapter. Okay, this is the ultimate food and drink that we that's going to be our treasure when Jacob's trouble hit. You got it up.
It says treasure house, treasury, treasure house, storehouse, magazine, treasury, magazine of weapons, figuratively of God's armory.
Magazine and weapons. Another key thing that these so-called preppers harp on as well. Oh, you got to stock up on guns, stock up on bullets. Hey, since 2020 up until now, you've seen a lot of these Edomites, stocking up on bullets and ammunition. Okay, well, guess what? That's not going to profit you in the day of Jacob's trouble. Okay, because that's just you trying to live by the sword. All right, which is what Esau does best anyway. All right, and now you even got a lot of 2/3 of our people that's talking about stocking up on guns and ammunition and tapping into Esau's blessing. Well, guess what? Yahweh Shai said in the scriptures, if you try to live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. All right? And that's why we, the hopeful elect, our sword is not dependent on the carnal sword. Mm-hmm. Our sword, so to speak, is the word.
That's right.
Hebrews 4 and 12. You got
That's right. Cutting asunder and piercing the soul, man. Through the intents of the hearts of man. That's what the word does. That's Yahweh Shai, man. So that's all we really need is Yahweh Shai, man. Mm-hmm. In these times. All right? And it's going to be proven, man. The world is in a major shadow of doubt right now, man. But guess what? We're living by this word. Uh, Lord said, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by these words." Man, this is how we're gonna live. This is how we're gonna gain the kingdom. So what if these people don't believe? Let these dooms preppers let these preppers prepare in lies. We're gonna prepare in truth, man. Lord willing, we be at that number the right way. You got it, bro.
You could
Got some more.
yeah, read. Oh, you got some more.
It says magazine of weapons, figuratively of God's army. It says storehouses of God for rain, snow, hail, wind, sea. And then it says KJV translation count. It says treasures, treasury, storehouses, cellars, armory, garners, store. Yeah, man, cellars. And then you go down to the Jacinius Hebrew Chaldee lexicon. It says treasure, what is laid up, a store, stock.
Oh wow, yep. Hey, that's on point. Yep. As a matter of fact, you can read the actual verse one more time. Now that we got all of that, hey, we can put it all in context now. You got it, huh?
This is Proverbs 10:2. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing.
Right. So treasures of wickedness, all of the food and drink, the magazine and weapons, the things that these Edomites have in their cellars that they have stocked up, as the brother read when he went into the blue letter, all that stuff, okay, is going to profit nothing when by the time the day of the Lord comes. All right. And that even goes to 2/3 of our people. Because 2/3 of our people, they don't believe. So therefore what? They're going to try to stock up on things and stock up on guns and try to tap into Esau's blessing and try to survive Jacob's trouble in the carnal sense. But guess what? They're not. They sure won't survive in that day as well. All right. But you can finish the verse.
That's right, man. They want to tap into their treasury. These people have arsenals. Just like you play that game on, your brother's familiar with GTA 5. You have the little circle, and it has like a circle within it or something like that. And you have like, you go to one and it goes to different weapons, different things in your arsenal. These people got that in real life, man. In these storehouses, man. All right? But the scriptures say, like we brought out earlier, the wealth of a sinner is laid up for the just. So we know that these different plagues and pestilence, like we read earlier, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. These plagues and judgments, they're gonna take out these people, man. All right. So that wealth, those storehouses, those cellars, they're gonna be used by the righteous, man, for good, just like the earth is after this place is all destroyed, man. You got it, bro.
You can read verse 3 and after that.
Proverbs 10:3, the Lord will, and I'm gonna read it in NLT. I was looking at it in NLT too.
Okay.
Proverbs 10:3, the Lord will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked. God.
Yep. And that word famish, when you go into it, it basically means hunger. So the Lord, he's not going to suffer the righteous, the elect, which Lord willing we be at that number, to go hungry in the time of Jacob's trouble come. All right, because like it says in Isaiah, the Lord's servants is going to eat. Right? But, the substance of the wicked, all these things that the wicked of the earth got stocked up and prepped up, including the 2/3 of our people. All right, the Lord's going to cast all of that stuff off. You got it, right?
Yeah, and we can end it out on that Isaiah 2 that you had quoted.
Okay.
Proverbs 10:3 in the NLT, the Lord Yahweh will not let the godly go hungry, but he refuses to satisfy the craving of the wicked. Ooh.
Man, hey, so again, all the stuff that you wicked people in the world got stocked up on and stored up on, and the Lord's not going to allow you to be satisfied with all that stuff. Because again, in some way, shape, or form, and the Lord's is gonna perform miracles to where these things that you have is gonna fall into the hands of His elect, and you're gonna go hungry. All right, you're gonna be without protection. You're gonna be without clothing and heat. All right, and the elect are gonna have these things. All right, you got it.
This is Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
So the Lord's servants are going to be satisfied when these times come. All right, because what? Lord willing, we'll be at that number. We've been preparing the right way for these times. Okay, preparing mentally and spiritually, and not preparing carnally. All right, things that are tainted, things that can be corrupted. All right, things that can be taken away from us.
That's right.
We prepare with this word.
It says, verse 14, Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit.
That's coming to all you people in the society that's not at the elect. Okay? Hey, like we was going into early in this lesson. All right, hey, the Lord's getting ready to flip the script of this world to, well, now you people in this world that's rejoicing right now, you're going to be in sorrow. You're going to howl for vexation of the spirit. And at the same time, we, the hopeful elect that's suffering right now, we're going to be rejoicing in that day and eating and drinking. Okay, eating and drinking your stuff, everything that you got. Well, yeah, everything that you got prepped up. All right, and be satisfied that day. That's all I have.
All right, you can take us out, bro.
All right. And so, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Before we close out, we want to give our praises and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem HaRachakodash.
Double honors to our apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well as well as teach well. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, Kwam Yasha'Allah,
Kwam Yasha'Allah,
Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.
Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom, mighty Shalom.